When I was 14 years old, I was sitting on the deck with my dad, just shooting the just father-son stuff. He shared with me some wisdom, knowledge that I'm sure he learned from others that has profoundly changed my life. Unfortunately, I did not really pay much attention to it at the time because I was, like most of us were, a know-it-all teenager. His words of wisdom didn't really make sense until I got much older. This is what he said: Mike, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now, when he said it, I was like, yeah, Dad, whatever. I'm like playing baseball and I'm golfing with my teammates. I've got my school friends. I was kind of a nerd in high school. I had my study buddies and my National Honor Society group. So I had my peer network. I was not thinking about how my friends in high school and college and beyond would have an impact on my life, my health, my companies, my net worth, my parenting skills, my leadership skills. I don't think too many 14-year-olds go there. Unfortunately, my dad died of a heart attack a few years after he shared this advice, so I really wish I could go back now and thank him and tell him how right he was. Now, I would imagine you've heard that saying before or something similar at various times throughout your life, but I do have a question. Have you ever actually taken action? What I mean is, have you intentionally tried to upgrade your peer network or any of your networking groups? Have you joined any organizations or masterminds with the sole intention of hanging around with people that play the sport of entrepreneurship better or differently than you do? And I'm not just talking about passive action like joining a referral group where hugs and cuddles are the focus. I'm talking about massive, let's knock the damn door down, aggressively seeking out new people to put in my life. So ask yourself, are your existing peers, your friends, your family, your coworkers, your networking groups, all the people that you hang around with, are they pushing you forward or are they holding you back? Are they supporting your mission to build an amazing company that is better, stronger, faster, brings in more cash, provides you with more time freedom, has more of an impact in the world, helps you realize your dream? Do you have people in your life that will call bullshit on your excuses? I can promise you one thing: if you are always the smartest, most driven person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Period. End of discussion. Here's a real deal change that's not just some fancy fairy tale. It's about who you rub shoulders with. Now, let me paint the picture. It's December. You're scribbling down your goals for next year. Same old song and dance stuff you do year over year. But this time you make a conscious decision to upgrade your inner circle, to start hanging around with people who are where you want to be. Entrepreneurs who don't just talk big, they live big. People who aren't just dreaming of success, they're designing it day in and day out. Now, if you think even for a second that your peer group won't affect your trajectory, think again. It's kind of like this. If you're always hanging around with people who are content with the status quo, who never push the envelope, who are happy playing small ball, guess what? That complacency is contagious. Now, on the other hand, if you put yourself in the same room with high flyers, risk takers, visionaries, their drive, their hustle, their relentless pursuit of next level will start to rub off on you. Now, I was at a 3-day event in Austin, Texas, and hanging around with a group of what I would call high flyers, next level players. The discussions at dinner were about taking a company public, their next venture fundraise, the integration of a $50 million company they just bought, and the technical problems they were having with their private jet. I'm talking next level conversation. I'm telling you, it was very cool. My message about your peer group is really about reshaping your mindset, your standards, the very definition of what's possible. When you're surrounded by people who challenge you, who stretch your thinking, who make you question your limits, that's when the magic happens. That's when you start seeing opportunities where others will only see obstacles. Face these facts. Your comfort zone will kill you. Step out of complacency and step into a circle that challenges you, inspires you, pushes you to be the best damn version of you. Remember, we're not just playing the game of business here. We're playing the game of life. And in this game, the stakes are high. The rewards are monumental, and the only way to win is to play alongside those who refuse to settle for anything less than extraordinary. One of the things I love to do most in the world is mountain biking. It gives me the opportunity to unleash an unparalleled burst of energy, be out in nature, and get a kick-ass workout in. It's kind of like my sanctuary, and it brightens my spirit like nothing else. Every ride is constantly changing. It's unpredictable. It's fresh. Even though I might be riding a familiar trail, the ride is always somewhat unique. An unexpected route, rock, toppled tree, some other fresh obstacle to conquer. However, recently, I realized I was hitting the trails alone much more frequently. While my ride still provided a taste of adventure, I started to feel this underlying stagnation, a loneliness. I knew my trails. I anticipated every turn, every descent, every river crossing, every climb. In addition, I was certainly not pushing myself as hard as I had in the past. The allure and energy of my rides were fading. So I took my own advice. I decided to ask better questions. How do I improve my experience? What else can I do to make my rides more challenging, more enjoyable? These new questions resulted in action, which they need to. You can't just ask the questions. And I decided I needed a change. I wanted more. I needed more. More diversity, more challenge, more camaraderie. So I shared my thoughts with my wife, Donna, and she suggested I go online and search for mountain biking communities, groups, or clubs. My objective was to take my mountain biking experience to another level. The outcome has been phenomenal. I found a group, and now my pack of 5 riders hit different trails every week, exploring different parts of my state, Massachusetts. I am observing superior riders, learning from their techniques, and witnessing their risk-taking. When climbing steep hills or navigating rock faces, I'm learning from them. I'm starting to mimic their moves and improve my skills. Sure, have I missed some turns and fallen on my ass a few times? Yep, and quite honestly, kind of felt like an idiot a couple times. But the facts bear out that every screw-up, every fall, every mistake makes me more resilient. I'm evolving. I'm pushing new boundaries. This transformation is certainly not happening within my comfort zone. I'm being stretched and pushed and pulled by my fellow riders. The essence of my mountain biking story parallels entrepreneurship and building a company. Starting a business begins as a solo journey. It's you looking in the mirror, feeling a powerful force compelling you to leap into the unknown. But as your business grows, stagnation will overtake you if you don't find new people to ride with, people to push, people to pull, people to stretch you. If you don't spend time with people who inspire you to grow, if you don't engage with those who are already where you dream to be, you will remain in the same spot. My newfound high in mountain biking mirrors the experience I gain in my mastermind that I'm a member of. These groups consist of speakers, consultants, mentors, coaches, many of whom are running multi-million-dollar companies. Now, when I interact with my mastermind peers, whether physically together at an event or virtually via Zoom, I am pushed, I am challenged, I am inspired. They pull me out of my comfort zone. Here is an undeniable fact of life. The people you spend the most time with will shape you. Let me say that again. The people you spend the most time with will shape you. If you, for example, aim to be a culinary expert, you're not going to learn much from the dude flipping burgers at McDonald's. If your goal is to be an accomplished general contractor, you won't gain much by hanging around with your Uncle Jerry as he creates his next birdhouse masterpiece. Proximity to excellence is the secret to entrepreneurial success. Proximity. If you continue to hang around with the same peer group, the same networking group, the same friend group, you'll likely remain the same. So let me ask, is it time for you to level up, improve your game? Is it time to get out there and surround yourself with those who reflect who you want to become? One thought, one idea from one person can be the catalyst that sparks massive transformation for you. Will you take a left or right at that fork in the road? Will you say yes or no to that next investment decision? The answer to those questions is 100% dependent upon the inputs into your brain. If you want to take your business to a new level, a level you have never been before, you need to change your environment. Surround yourself with those who will push you, who will inspire you, challenge you, urge you to strive for greatness. If happiness is your goal, surround yourself with those radiating joy who live a happy life. If peak health and fitness is what you're after, then get your ass to the gym and immerse yourself in an exercise environment. If taking your company to the next level is your vision and your passion, you must find a higher power, a compelling energy source. Ask yourself right now, am I a leader, a visionary, an entrepreneur who is much different than I was 12 months ago? If I continue to do what I've been doing and continue to hang around with my same peer group, will I be much different 12 months from now? The entrepreneurial journey isn't about arriving at a specific destination. It's about constantly seeking that next level, never settling, always pushing forward. So let's embark on this exciting adventure and redefine our boundaries. Real transformation rarely occurs in your comfort zone. If you don't up your game, you will stay the same.